Namaste. My name is Lenny. I'm energy healer and spiritual coach. And in this video, I want to talk about happiness and about what Patanjali says is the foundation of happiness. Let's dive in. The special thing about Patanjali is that he was a scientist, but instead of looking around him, seeing what is there in the world and doing research in the world around him, he went inwards into the inner world. So usually scientists, they look around and they figure out things around them, but he had the scientific approach and looked inwards. So we got a lot of beautiful information there from him, and not just information in the theoretical sense, but information in the sense that we can experience those things as well. So today I want to look into the topic of happiness. I named it now the foundation of happiness. He termed it with the first element of bliss. So the basic element to find happiness. Bliss is something much, much bigger than that, but we'll start with happiness for now. So let's look into that in detail. The first thing we have to understand is that happiness is something we build ourselves. Everything which surrounds us is our own creation. It can either be heaven or hell. That depends on us. Patanjali divides our mind, our logical thinking, our thought process, our reasoning into three different categories. The reasoning itself, the logical thinking, is called tarka in Sanskrit. So this is our starting point, tarka. The first way or the first kind of reasoning, of logic, he names as kutarka. It is the negative reasoning. If you work on this principle, if your mind works with kutarka, you're a very negative person. You will always find the negative in things. There might be a beautiful opportunity, but you will already think of what all can go wrong, or what all things can happen so you don't get this thing. It's like that person will always be quite grumpy and will deny things, will deny their own happiness. A very negative person. I'm sure every one of us knows such a person in the closest circle, or maybe you are even such a person. If you are, listen closely. There are other ways of thinking as well. So this is kutarka, the negative reasoning. The second form of reasoning is tarka, just simply tarka. It is the simple logic. That means you start reasoning, but you have no goal, you have no direction, and you more or less move in a circle. It's like you start in the center, one time you go towards south, one time you go towards north, one time you go towards east, and one time to west. So you end up nowhere because you're just moving in a circle. So maybe you also know such a person. They just start a discussion for the sake of discussing, not for the sake of finding a solution or for reaching a goal, for reaching a destination. So this is called the simple reasoning, the simple logic, tarka. And now let's come to the third reasoning, according to Patanjali. Third kind of reasoning, of logic, is called vitarka. Vitarka is the special reasoning. In this, you will look for the positive. In anything which will come your way, you will find the light. You will find the brighter side of it. So an example which Osho actually gave is that kutarka, the negative thinking, you look at a rose bush and you see the thorns, and you only focus on the thorns, and you will even forget that they're roses. You will stop believing that there is something like beautiful like a rose happening even. You cannot believe it. And on the other side is vitarka. Vitarka, you look at the rose bush and you see the beautiful roses, and you focus so much on the beautiful roses that you forget about the thorns. So this is the big difference. And Patanjali suggests that we should train ourselves in vitarka, in the special reasoning, in the positive reasoning. It's not just about only focusing on the positive and neglecting the negative, but it is about focusing on the positive, so the negative doesn't get that much energy. The negative kind of blends itself out from our vision. We don't deny it, that it's not there, but we focus on the positive. And further, Patanjali says, if you train yourself in this vitarka, in the positive logic, in the positive reasoning, you will attain inner peace. This is the only way of attaining inner peace. If you always look at the negative side, you will always feel scratches inside, because how can you be happy if everything is wrong? So let's train ourselves in positive reasoning, and I want to name a few more benefits which come from that. The beautiful thing which is happening is that you become a yes-sayer. You affirm life, you become very positive, and you attract other positive people, and then it will be even easier to stay in this positive vibe. The spiritual level of this is that when we say yes, when we affirm life, we open up the doors for the divine. We invite the divine to come into us. When we say no, we close those doors. So my big tip for you to find happiness in life is to start training yourself to think positive, to look on the bright side, to find the good things in each and every situation. And there always is. There always is something good. No matter how dark the situation is, there's always a bright side. So train yourself in finding these bright sides. And that will just give you such a boost in your spiritual journey, because this is the foundation of happiness. Only if you do that, you can build on that. That's a strong foundation, a very calm foundation. If you're in the negative thinking, your foundation is like this, and you cannot build a strong house on such a foundation. So today, try to practice positive thinking. Try to practice vitarka, special logic, special reasoning. Go out in the world and find the light. Thanks for watching this video. You can also subscribe my channel if you want to see more of my content, and see you next time.